Our top story this Monday morning is the final day of the contentious Gyanvapi Survey. A team of 36 members will enter the mosque to conduct the survey. Remember that on Sunday, the western walls of the mosque were examined. Majority of the area has been surveyed. Only a fraction of the mosque remains now to also be surveyed right now. It's entered its final day, and with that, the political war of words is escalated. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has said that he won't lose another mosque after Babri. Owaisi's comment has drawn the ire of the BJP, with Union Minister Giriraj Singh saying that all signs of invaders must be removed. BJP MP T. Raja, who's claimed that after Ayodhya it's Mathura and now it's Kashi's turn. RJD leader Manoj Jha has slammed this entire debate, calling it a complete distraction from the real issues. This survey will be submitted in court on Tuesday, and then we'll know exactly what happens to the Gyanvapi Mosque.
आज हम सब के लिए चिंता का विषय होना चाहिए था कि श्रीलंका में क्या हो रहा है। हमारे यहाँ अलार्म सिग्नल आ रहे हैं बेरोजगारी को लेकर के, भुखमरी को लेकर के, डेमोक्रेसी के ओवरऑल स्वास्थ्य को लेकर के। लेकिन देखिए हम कहाँ उलझे हुए हैं। ज्ञानव्यापी मस्जिद सर्वे, बुलडोजर, रामनवमी, रमजान, ये हो क्या रहा है? क्या ये संदेश आधुनिक हिंदुस्तान, आधुनिक भारत के अपने सरोकारों के लिए ये बेहतर संदेश है कि हम इसी दिशा में आगे चलेंगे, ये जानते हुए कि हम खोखले हो जाएंगे, हम अपने खात्मे की इबारत लिख रहे हैं? ये उचित नहीं।
बंटवारे जब हुए, अखंड भारत को खंडित करके बंटवारे हुए, उसी समय नेहरू को चाहिए था आक्रांताओं के सारे निशानी को मिटा देना, लेकिन नेहरू ने तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के लिए केवल काशी, मथुरा, अयोध्या को ही नहीं विवादित रखा, बल्कि देश में औरंगजेब के नाम पे सड़क, तो बाबर के नाम पर, किसके किसके नाम पर ये आक्रांता थे। आक्रांताओं के निशानी को उसी समय मिटा देनी चाहिए।
हम माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट से और देश की तमाम अदालतों से ये अपील करना चाहते हैं कि देश का मुसलमान अदालतों पर भरोसा करता है, अपने आइन और दस्तूर पर भरोसा रखता है, और हमें उम्मीद है कि हमारी अदालतें उसमें सही फैसला देंगी। लेकिन हम तमाम अदालतों से ये भी अपील करना चाहते हैं बहुत ही अदब और एहतराम के साथ कि किसी की आस्था के आधार पर फैसला ना हो, हिंदुस्तान के आइन और दस्तूर के मुताबिक फैसला होना चाहिए।
Gyanvapi Mosque Survey Day 2. Amid heavy security, the videography was completed. The fourth lock of the mosque was opened for survey. Dome, western wall and the first floor were videographed. Attempt was made to videograph a room full of debris. Lawyer for the Hindu groups is hopeful over Mandir relic proof.
आज पूरी कार्रवाई हुई, बहुत कुछ अच्छी हुई, बहुत कायदे से हुई, जो दावा है हमारा मजबूत हुआ है।
70 to 90% of the survey has been completed on day 2.
आज कितना सर्वे हुआ हो पाई बताइए। अब कितना सर्वे, मतलब 1 से 1.5 घंटे की कार्रवाई और बची है। 1 से 1.5 घंटे। कल जारी होगा जी, जारी रहेगा 1.5 घंटे। हाँ, कल चलेगा। अब क्या मिला क्या नहीं कल पता चलेगा, वो कल बताया जाएगा। संतुष्ट है दोनों पक्ष? दोनों सभी पक्ष संतुष्ट हैं, सभी पक्षों के संतुष्टि से ही होगा। देरी की वजह क्या थी? देरी क्यों? देरी, अब सर्वे की कार्रवाई है तो देरी तो लगेगा ही, जो है थोड़ा समय लगेगा, टाइम टेकिंग कार्य है जो है।
Gyanvapi Survey last leg is for Monday.
कल भी कार्रवाई चलेगी, वो हाँ सारे बिंदु पे जो है, जो जहाँ सर्वे करना है वो सारे बिंदु पे कल मिला करके पूरा सर्वे कल पूरा हो जाएगा।
Videography was conducted peacefully with cooperation from both sides.
बहुत आगे, बहुत 90-70% काम हो चुका है।
अच्छा, और दोनों ही पक्ष संतुष्ट?
सभी लोग सहमति के आधार सभी पक्ष संतुष्ट है।
4 rooms in the basement of mosque were surveyed on day 1. Lawyers are hopeful of completing the entire survey by court-mandated time.
जो सर्वे चल रहा है, आगे कल के लिए सर्वे का समय रखा गया है। कल सर्वे किया जाएगा 8 से 12। कोई एक्स्ट्रा समय नहीं लगा है, सब कागजी कार्रवाई और लिखा पड़ रहा है, हस्ताक्षर हो रहे थे।
चारों तहखाने खोले गए हैं, मलबा भी नीचे मिला है, जिस तरीके की जानकारी।
इस बारे में हम कुछ आपको नहीं डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि सब कोर्ट प्रोसीडिंग है।
दोनों पक्ष संतुष्ट हैं जिस तरीके की बात?
सब लोग संतुष्ट हैं।
The Varanasi court has sought complete survey report of the Gyanvapi Mosque by Tuesday. All eyes are on the crucial survey report, with the videography going on and both sides being hopeful of their claims. With Abhishek Mishra and Kumar Abhishek, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, politics over the anti-encroachment drive continues in the national capital. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has called for a meeting today of all party MLAs. That's at 11 this morning over the demolition drive. The AAP chief called for the MLAs meet earlier as well, but cancelled it due to the Mundka fire that broke out last week. Party MLA Amanatullah Khan was arrested by the Delhi police for protesting against the anti-encroachment drive in Madanpur Khadar, but was granted bail a day later. AAP, meanwhile, issued also a stern warning to BJP Delhi chief Adesh Gupta, alleging that his house and office also encroach upon public land, and announced that they will demolish any encroachments by the Delhi BJP chief. Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has also written a letter to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah over this issue, asking him to stop this bulldozer drive. And this morning, let's also get you a follow-up report on the horrific fire at Delhi's Mundka that claimed 27 lives. The police has arrested the owner of the building. The investigation into the fire has also revealed further clear, blatant fire safety violations by the Mundka building owner, which is why he's in the dock.
The killer Delhi fire, with dozens of deaths, flames which snuffed out sole breadwinners. Thick black smoke billowing out, prompting locals and firefighters to rescue survivors with ropes. Coming out as a man-made tragedy with open flouting of fire safety norms and absence of valid fire certificate. Delhi police has arrested one of the owners of the ill-fated commercial building, Manish Lakra, who was absconding. He and his family lived on the top story and jumped to the neighbor's building's terrace to escape. Owners Varun and Harish Goyal have also been nabbed for culpable homicide. They had taken 3 floors of the building on rent to make CCTVs and Wi-Fi routers. The FIR facts have revealed several alarming mistakes that exposed the owners. Despite hundreds of employees working, the building had only one exit. The building did not have a no objection certificate from fire department and had no clearance from the MCD. Cartons and equipments were kept on the staircase, blocking the escape route during the fire and added to the casualty. A lot of plastic material stored inside the premises led the fire to spread quickly.
ब्लास्ट हुआ, इलेक्ट्रिक ब्लास्ट हुआ क्योंकि ये प्लास्टिक का सामान था और सामान कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा भरा हुआ था। जैसे होता है कि आप एक बीच में ब्रीदिंग स्पेस छोड़ेंगे तो काफ़ी सामान भी था। सारा चीज़ जैसे सीसीटीवी बना रहे थे, वायर थे, राउटर थे, इनमें सब में प्लास्टिक बहुत यूज़ होता है और ये प्लास्टिक बहुत डेंस स्मोक देता है।
Glaring man-made lapses and killer negligence led to the unspeakable tragedy. Will Mundka fire be another statistic in Delhi's abysmal record in fire safety?
The question is, the entire building itself had only one escape route, and that was also blocked, as a matter of fact, because of cartons and other material kept on that escape route. Now there is a massive blame game on, and agencies are investigating. Meanwhile, will the heads really roll is the big question. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
Over to news from Maharashtra, where the BJP has launched an all-guns-blazing attack on the Shiv Sena and the Mahavikas Aghadi government. The leader of opposition and former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has targeted the state government and said that Dawood's friend is a part of the Uddhav cabinet. Fadnavis has also slammed the Shiv Sena over the entire snowballing issue of the Hanuman Chalisa row and said that under the Sena rule, chanting Hanuman Chalisa is a crime, but paying tribute to Aurangzeb isn't. He was referring to Akbaruddin Owaisi's visit to the Aurangzeb tomb. Referring to the Mahabharata, Fadnavis said that Sunday's rally was the Pandava Sabha, while the Shiv Sena's program over the same weekend on Saturday was the Kaurava Sabha, and alleged that no Sena leader was actually present during the demolition of Babri Masjid. BJP workers were then seen also chanting together the Hanuman Chalisa at this rally. Meanwhile, on Saturday, you had Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray stepping up the ante against Shiv Sena's former ally BJP, referring to it as a party which wore a mask of Hindutva.
आज भी बदायूं के जेल की वो सलाखें याद है जहां पर हम राह देखते थे कि चलो हम तो पहुंचे हैं, कोई तो शिवसेना वाला पहुंचेगा पहुंचेगा पहुंचेगा, कोई नहीं आया। हम इंतजार करते रहे। मुंबई में कोविड में भ्रष्टाचार हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? 100 करोड़ की वसूली के लिए गृह मंत्री जेल में गया कि नहीं गया? दाऊद का दोस्त जेल में होते हुए भी मंत्रिमंडल में है कि नहीं है? हमारे मजदूर भाइयों को नंगे पांव मुंबई छोड़नी पड़ी कि नहीं छोड़नी पड़ी? इसमें से एक भी चीज के ऊपर हमारे मुख्यमंत्री बोले?
His party at this point is facing its biggest survival crisis, and that's partly because of regional parties upping the ante now to take on the BJP. Amid this, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has taken a jibe at regional satraps. He's hit out at these parties, saying that regional entities cannot fight the BJP. Claiming the regional parties simply have no ideology, Rahul asserted that these parties cannot fight the way Congress does. Having said that, Rahul also emphasized that the party has to strengthen itself and connect with the people to be able to take on the BJP and the RSS. He went on to say that the party is fighting an ideology of hatred and violence that's being propagated by the BJP. Rahul also claimed that if the Congress aggressively changes the party structure at the grassroots levels, they will be able to effectively take on the BJP-RSS combined.
BJP कांग्रेस की बात करेगी, कांग्रेस के नेताओं की बात करेगी, कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं की बात करेगी, मगर रीजनल पार्टी की बात नहीं करेगी, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि रीजनल पार्टी जो है उनकी जगह है, मगर वो बीजेपी को नहीं हरा सकते हैं क्योंकि उनके पास विचारधारा नहीं है, अलग अप्रोच है उनकी।
And in our next report, we get you all of the highlights of the third and final day of the Chintan Shivir. Rahul said that the government, the BJP, has broken the backbone of the economy and that the unemployment rate is at an all-time high. You had the BJP responding to that, saying that the grand old party simply isn't paying heed to its own failures.
ये उदयपुर डिक्लेरेशन पास हुआ, भारत छोड़ो, भारत छोड़ो.
A mega Congress overhaul plan. After a massive session of brainstorming, at the end of the Udaipur Chintan Shivir, the Gandhis launched renewed attack on the BJP, alleging economic turmoil and surge in hate. Rahul Gandhi admitted Congress has lost touch with people.
जो रोजगार पैदा करती है, उस रीढ़ की हड्डी को नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने, बीजेपी ने और उनकी विचारधारा ने तोड़ दिया है। नोटबंदी, जीएसटी ये लागू करके और पूरा का पूरा फायदा 2-3 बड़े उद्योगपतियों को देकर सरकार ने हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं के भविष्य को नष्ट कर दिया है। You speak to the political class, speak to the leaders. Every single politician knows the word Pegasus. There is not a single politician in this country who does not know what Pegasus is. Pegasus is not a software. Pegasus is the method of silencing the political class of this country. जो हमारा पहले उनके जनता के साथ कनेक्शन होता था, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी का कनेक्शन जनता से टूटा है उसको हमें एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, उस कनेक्शन को हमें फिर से बनाना पड़ेगा। और जनता चाहती है, जनता समझती है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ही यह काम कर सकती है। जनता समझती है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ही देश को आगे ले जा सकती है।
हमें संबोधित करें और इस
Mother and party chief Sonia Gandhi gave a pep talk to party cadre, battling blues of the successive poll defeats and called a march to reclaim lost ground.
We will launch the national Kanyakumari to Kashmir Bharat Jodo Yatra, beginning on Gandhi Jayanti this year. We will overcome. We will overcome. We will overcome. That is our determination. That is our Nav Sankalp.
Most crucially, Congress is also set to turn a saffron leaf after being painted by the BJP as anti-Hindu and a party practicing Muslim appeasement policies.
The Congress has decided to toe the soft Hindutva line to woo the votes of the majority community. On the other hand, its leadership and policies may be recast to counter the BJP. The party has also brought in one family, one ticket rule, of course with riders that the second member of the family should have worked for the party for 5 years. And that invariably would also apply for the Gandhi family.
BJP hit back at Congress and said grand old party did not pay heed to its own failures.
अब पूरे चिंतन शिविर में कांग्रेस की अपनी नाकामियों की चिंता कम हुई, कांग्रेस की नकारात्मकता की चिंता कम हुई, कांग्रेस की इस बदहाली की चिंता कम हुई और आज भी इसी घमंड में और इसी गुरूर में डूबे हुए हैं कि कांग्रेस इज कंट्री और कंट्री इज कांग्रेस।
Will the changes prove more than cosmetic for the Congress, which has seen rapid shrinking of its political footprint? With Mausami Singh and Supriya Bharadwaj in Udaipur, Bureau Report, India Today.
भारत जोड़ो।
And let's tell you what's on the agenda for Prime Minister Modi today. In a big boost to India-Nepal bilateral ties, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be visiting the neighbouring country today. This will be Prime Minister Modi's 5th visit to Nepal since 2014, since he came to power. The Prime Minister has highlighted that India's ties with the neighbouring country are unparalleled. He's going to be offering prayers at the Maya Devi temple on the occasion of Buddha Jayanti. He's also going to be participating in the Shilanyas ceremony of the India International Centre. Prime Minister Modi, beyond that, the big headline is going to be that he's holding discussions with Nepal Prime Minister Deoba on expanding cooperation in areas such as hydropower, development as well as connectivity. After the bilateral meeting, the leaders are expected to exchange the memorandums of understanding on cooperation in cultural as well as educational sectors. So all of that is something we'll be watching out for. Everyone was talking about the triumph like no other yesterday. A wait of 73 years finally coming to an end. The Indian men's team entered its name into the history books by winning the Thomas Cup. This was India's first ever triumph at the world's most prestigious team event. And check out in our next report how the Indian shuttlers actually made the entire nation erupt in joy.
And India have created history.
History has been made. The Indian men's badminton team has entered record books. The whole nation erupted in joy and celebration when Kidambi Shrikant's win gave India a momentous 3-0 victory in the Thomas Cup final.
The Uber Cup won.
India blanked 14-time champions Indonesia to win their maiden Thomas Cup crown, becoming only the 6th team ever to win the coveted trophy. This was also India's first Thomas Cup title in 73 years since the tournament first started.
A tie that had everything.
It was Lakshya Sen who first defeated world number 5 Anthony Jington with a come-from-behind victory. The country's best doubles pair of Chirag Shetty and Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy handed India a 2-0 lead, which saw them save 4 match points in the second game. And Kidambi Shrikant, India's best player in the tournament, then outclassed Asian Games gold medalist Jonathan Christie in straight sets to hand India the championship.
Today with career
From PM Modi to Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra, the team's historic feat floored one and all. PM Modi stated the entire nation was elated at what the men's badminton team had achieved. He even interacted with the team post their record-breaking triumph.
जी सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर रिकॉग्नाइजिंग इट सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। मुझे खुशी आपको विशेष बधाई इसलिए है सर कि आप एक ही राउंड हारे नहीं हैं सर। सर भारत माता की जय, जय। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Sports Minister Anurag Thakur hailed India's achievement. He also announced a 1 crore rupee cash prize for the champion side.
भारतीय बैडमिंटन टीम ने आज इतिहास रचा है। 73 सालों में पहली बार थॉमस कप जीतकर एक ऐसा कीर्तिमान स्थापित किया है। मैं अपनी ओर से और सभी देशवासियों की ओर से सभी खिलाड़ियों को बहुत-बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
2008 Olympic gold medal winner Abhinav Bindra deemed India's victory as historic, highlighting how India bounced back from tough situations to win the gold. Former Team India skipper Virat Kohli congratulated the badminton team, terming India's historic Thomas Cup triumph a massive moment for Indian badminton. Indian football team captain Sunil Chhetri took to Twitter to share his excitement. He wrote how India beat the best to make it all happen, and that while some things take time, don't let anyone tell you that it can't be done. It's true that an incredible week has culminated into a fitting triumph for Indian badminton, but let's savor this moment, for it has been a long time coming. Let's salute our heroes who won us the crown of the world's most prestigious team event, and let's hope it is just the start of bigger things to come. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Talk about the fact that in 2000.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of Fair Stuff. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us here on India Today. I'll be joining you in just a few moments with all the top stories.